Hey everybody, welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. It is Tuesday, August the 2nd, and today is the first Tuesday of the month, and we love to celebrate those people that reached just a new accomplishment this month. And in what we do, a rank is a measure of how many people we're serving. And that's pretty exciting because as entrepreneurs, we are kind of driven by a deeper sense of purpose. So it's not just the rank alone isn't enough to propel us to do the things that we might need to do to reach the rank. People that reach a new rank don't get turned down any less, aren't braver than anybody else. So it's going to be really exciting to hear about, what little decisions people made along the way to reach the rank that they're in. So I'm going to go ahead. Dee, why don't you open up and start with Kimberly. Kimberly made senior coach. Would you please introduce her?
Yeah, I'm really excited to introduce Kim. Kim lives down in Florida, and Kim reached senior coach, I think maybe while she was in Maui or last month. So she couldn't come to convention because she had a trip to Hawaii planned, but she's got a great story. So I'll let Kim share a little bit. Susan, you want to unmute her maybe?
Oh, is she on the phone or the pad?
Yeah, it's Kimberly iPad.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay. Well, I've just kind of slowly but surely done it. A friend of mine wanted to start out, but she wanted me to coach her, so I joined, and then my husband decided that he wanted to do it, and then my daughter, and then another friend of hers, and then a friend that I've known forever, and now tonight when we were walking, I heard there's possibly 2 more that are going to join. So it's just slowly but surely happening. Maybe the town of Chipley will eventually get all healthy.
Yeah, I love that. Kim is a great story. She's had a huge transformation herself and was very much like she enjoys her job. She was like, I just want to do this on the side. I don't want to go gangbusters, just see what happens, let it grow organically. And she's just having a really positive influence. People are just coming to her. So it's great.
It's a lot of fun.
I knew you'd love it.
That's great. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Debbie, would you? I think we hear from the Jonathan and Lisa every month. First as new coaches, then as senior coaches, and now as managers. So please introduce them again.
Good day. All right. Yeah. So yeah, John and Lisa are making waves. They're making themselves known. They kind of came in and boom. And I expect that this is just the beginning. They hit manager, and I just think that they're going to continue to just propel forward. They've got a really exciting story themselves, and so to live in a community that you've lived in for a while and kind of become a person that everyone knows and everyone, and like to have this amazing transformation and become so much healthier. They're impacting lives without even trying. People are just seeing them and saying, wow, that's somebody I love. What are you doing? And so I just think that they're bound for success, besides the fact that personality wise, they're going to do well anyway. They're going. So I'm very proud and excited.
Well, so Dee asked me today, think about what got you where you're at now. And part of it was just accidental and part of it was on purpose. When we got to go to convention, this was our first convention, and we had a great time. And one of the testimonials kind of spurred us into a little bit of action. And at convention, I reached up into my mentorship because somebody said, if you want to do something, reach to your mentorship. They've done it, they can help you. So we reached out to our mentorship. We firmed up our why, and then we set our sight on the big plan, the big goal. And once we got the big goal, we set it aside and broke it down into itty bitty goals. And all we're doing is working on the next little goal, one goal at a time.
Well, that's pretty darn just straightforward. That's how it works. That's really in a nutshell. We can all go turn off our computers now and go to bed. You've done it. We're good. That's how you do it. So what have you learned kind of along the way about either yourself or, the process?
It kind of mirrors our process with our own weight loss journey. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to do.
Again, good night, everybody. Well said. So what are you excited about?
We're excited about helping. Every person that comes on board excites us, because that's one more person we get to help. And we told our coach right up front, we've got jobs. We're not doing this for the money. We want to do it to help people. Now we're enjoying the fact that we may be able to get paid for helping people. So that's the first part, and that's what we're enjoying the most. Is every new person is something to celebrate. Someone new that we get to help. Again,
very well said. And like I say, we can end now, but let's keep going. But, Lisa, what about you? How have you enjoyed? I mean, y'all's transformation, the pictures from convention, so fun being with you guys. And, y'all look great. I mean, I think, this part of your journey, because it's so in right alignment, this part of your journey, meaning your coaching journey, things, I guess, seem to be falling towards you, but it doesn't, y'all had to make a decision to get healthy yourself. Yeah, people are coming to you now, but, they didn't see all the choices that you've made for the last, almost year on your journey, or however long you've been on it, to create this transformation. So I want to give you just a lot of credit. So Lise, what about you? How have you been enjoying this?
It's been fun, especially with him. Going on the journey and losing the weight together and being each other's cheerleader and encourager.
Great. It's we always say the power of two. If you can get somebody on this journey with you, it's nothing better. And then on the health journey, and then on the making an impact in people's lives journey. So you guys rock. Thank you. I can't wait to hear you guys next month or whenever. Awesome. So, Mindy, are you around? Did I forget anybody else? We got Mindy.
Did.
Mindy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great. So, Mindy,
Sorry.
I'm gonna. You're unmuted now, so you're on.
Okay.
And you reached manager this month too, and you've been, a really strong senior coach right around 2000 for the last, couple months, and you came to convention as well. So tell us a little bit about what you think your success you attribute it to.
Well, convention was fabulous, and I feel like every time we have an event at Shine or convention, I just get so hyped up and ready to go out and reach others. But I just feel like, Susan and I were talking today, just a saying came to mind that sometimes God will put a Goliath in your life to find the David within you. And I just feel like this whole coaching business is that I just come face to face with a lot of things that are hard for me. And I've just had to sort of plow through that and overcome a lot of things. And it's been such a growing experience personally, and I love all the relationships that I've been able to make. And I give a lot of credit to my husband because of my autoimmune disease. I have a lot of food restrictions, so I can't be on program, but he went on program, and he's been a really great example at his job, and I've been able to reach a lot of people through him. So it's just really spread word of mouth, I guess. When you have that one person that really transforms, it's hard not to notice.
Yep, that's so true. And one of the things that I know about you, because I've had the opportunity to work with you, is that you really are a good relationship person. Like, you really care about another person, and you're very empathetic. And when we used to do 3-ways, and I used to do 3-way meetings with you, I still do. There's a caring that you have. There's a trust between you and that person. The Pennypackers and Kimberly, probably all have that. And so what did you share with me about the relationships?
Just that I think it's the key factor, and I just love that our company promotes that. Don't tell and sell. It's not that. It's about the relationship and listening and hearing where people are in their lives and what it is that they need. And instead of fire hosing them with information, getting them to tell you what's going on, and then they kind of figure out for themselves a little bit what it is that they need. But that relationship is it's vital. So
true. And you've had to, a lot of people, like you said, don't want your help, like you try and help somebody and, they have their, their food, then get healthy. And then technology has been a challenge for you, even, taking the certification exam. Because again, you get to this level where you're, you need to maximize your, the comp plan if once you get to a certain level. So it's really important to get certified. And so you have overcome your challenges with technology. And what did you share with me about standing up to challenges, or what do you do?
Yeah, I just do it. I mean, I know that I'm not going to progress if I don't, just personally or in the business. And it's funny, I have another business that I do, and I'm working with partnering up with someone, and she has the same issues. She says it takes me 3 hours to do something that should only take me an hour. And I said, well, just put that hour in and just get over it. Just do it. We kind of have to throw away what somebody else said, that being perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about if you focus more on the relationship of it than all the words that you use to put into an email or whatever, just put it down to what matters most, and kind of just leave the rest behind, if that makes sense.
Well, it does. It makes great sense. So, and thank you. And I've seen that in you, and I'm hearing it in the Pennypackers and Kimberly. And so, thank you so much, Mindy, for all you do. And I know we'll be hearing more from you too.
Well, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. So, Dee, I'm going to throw it back to you. And would you please introduce our new coach, Lisa?
I sent you a text. She is not on tonight. She got caught up with her son at football practice.
All righty. So we'll have to meet Lisa another time. So I wanted to share a little bit, some of Susan Smeltzer. Are you on the line? I'm just going to jump in here. Let's see, which number are you? You're this one. Susan, you there?
Yep, I'm there.
Okay, good.
Right here.
So I asked Susan to share because Susan's one of our executive director leaders, and she was going for a goal, and it was she didn't meet her goal, and it was the last day of the month. So what does Susan do? This is not typical, and do not do this at home, but I just wanted her to share because of what's possible with the right mindset. And so anyway, Suze, will you just share, I don't care, if you want to get transparent, tell exactly what you did, but she does have facts and figures to back this up. So Susan, go ahead.
I absolutely do. Hey, well, I'm sometimes proud and not proud of stating the obvious that I'm a last minute person. And about 3 days before the end of the month, I looked at my numbers and said, wow, you're halfway there. That's probably not going to work real well. That would take a miracle. And another day later, I got a little closer, and I texted Susan, I think at 1 o'clock on the 31st, and it said, just need $2,047.36. I can do that. And I got on the phone. Mind you, I have 2 other jobs, and coaching is my very part-time thing. But when I have the mindset to do something, I know I can do it. But sometimes you can make a really good omelet and have all the vegetables that you want and everything, all the ingredients, but it doesn't do you any good if you don't actually crack the eggs. So I had to just basically put myself in a room with my client list, and I just started dialing numbers. I didn't turn on the computer. I locked the cats out of the room, and I just said, I'm going to concentrate, and I'm going to just make phone calls. So 21 phone calls later, 6 clients, 1 new, 2 restarts, and 3 that decided to try the new Optavia kit. Brought me to where I needed to be. And quite when I actually thought, well, I have enough I'm ED already, but no, I really wanted to be frontline volume because, like I said, I'm a little driven and I like to get my leads. So I said, well, let's just go for it. And I left 17 messages. I actually only spoke to 8 people. 1 was a no, 1 was I can't do it today, but 6 ordered. So, if you actually just can put your mind to it, you can do it, but you have to start by cracking the eggs. And, a lot of times I'm good about walking the walk. I literally am walking the walk right now while we're talking. And I'm very proud out loud to say we've maintained our weight. But one of the things that I don't do is a lot of my clients, I've been a coach for 5.5, close to 6 years now. And I don't go back to a lot of my clients, years later. And I chose to do that. I took a big step. I could do it every day. I always say that, every day I could spend an hour, but I don't. And I'm just admitting that if you actually did what you know will work, it actually works. So by me taking 5 hours, I'm making a lot of phone calls, which I had to laugh because I told Susan during that 8 hours that she thought it took me, I went grocery shopping, had friends over, visited a friend in the neighborhood, and we went out for dinner. So, if you just put your mind to it, you can do it, but you have to actually start by doing it.
Oh, that's good. Yep, I got the text. I'm looking at all these texts. 1 o'clock. Okay, last minute is here. Wish me luck. Let's see if I can find 2046.97. And then it was that. But and Susan, I love it. I mean, I know that. I mean, most people don't want to stress themselves out like that, and she didn't have to reach that. It was just that was a goal.
No, I did not.
She did not have to do that. And we talked the day before, and we talked about her not doing it. I mean, we kind of said we looked at doing it versus not doing it, and she didn't know that day, the next day, if she was going to go for it. And so, tell me about how you felt going for it. I mean, like you didn't know if it would happen or not. It wasn't like you coerced anybody. It wasn't like you felt icky or anything like that. But how did you feel, kind of going for it?
Oh, well, I have to say wonderful, because my very first phone call was a client who's a normal ordering client. I hadn't spoken to him for 2 years. I got his wife on the phone, and she also was a client, but she hasn't ordered since 2013. And we hadn't, been chatting. He's a firefighter who had lost over 100 pounds, and he orders every month. So he works 24 hours at a time, or I think something like 72 hours at a time. So I'm always afraid to call. And he knows he can reach out to me anytime if he needs me. So when I called and got his wife, I basically kind of just went for it. And she said, funny thing is, they were just talking about that they need to go back on plan. They had put a couple pounds back on, not bad, but they wanted to take it off. So it was a perfect opportunity. And when you can start off by getting a yes, that just spurs just really quickly forward. And it's like, wow, that was easy. Let's do that again. And it kind of happened again and again. The people I actually spoke to, the results were so positive and quick that, but that's never going to happen if I don't pick up the phone, which of course I know. But, I'm always interested in helping anybody that asks for help, but because of my busy lifestyle, I just don't pick up the phone that much. So it showed me that, once again, which is like one of those things that I know, if I do it, the results are always great. But a lot of times I just don't do it. So, it reinforced it in a very large way that I, of course, can do it. I didn't really have a doubt that I could do it. It's just being tunnel visioned, I think, is a lot of times my thing because there's so much else going on around me with my other businesses.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just picking up that phone.
And thank you, Susan. It shows that people are just waiting for you to call. I mean, seriously, people are waiting for us. They're thinking about it. They're, they're struggling. They're waiting. And so, I think
there's all those people that don't pick up the phone call. They're thinking about it. But all they need is that just gentle push or, just that call that says, I've been thinking about you lately. And that means so much to them. It did. Every single person I connected with, it was like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that. Now, would they have picked up the phone? Probably not. Or maybe down the line. So, it's always, now is the time. The sooner you do it, the sooner they're going to be able to get to their goals.
That's exactly right. I always share this story. Thank you, Suze, a lot. I really appreciate you getting on and sharing that story with us. One is that if the woman who told me about this program, she kept, she would follow up with me. Like, I knew when she called me to tell me about it, like that she was going to sell me something. I totally knew because she'd done 5 other businesses and was going to sell me. I knew it. And if she didn't follow up, I wouldn't have called her back. But every 3 days or so, she would call me until we went forward with it. And I would not have done that. I would never have called her. And so it's real. I never forget that story that I knew, I knew why she was wanting to talk to me. And she followed up. So it's really important. And I love what Susan shared because I've done that too. It's been the last day of the month and I've wanted to get my consistency bonus. And I will just sit on the floor. I'll get all my past client folders. I'll think, who has ever mentioned anything about losing weight, getting healthy, off medications? And I will just think, and I will call those people and, and say, you remember you told me something about, wanting to get healthier this year. Is now the time? Well, yeah. And so really and truly what Susan's saying is true, is just sitting down and actually doing it, and if you can put that focused time in an hour a day, it makes it a much, easier and on us. But anyway, I love that story. Molly, finish this off here. Wanted to share, we were talking earlier, and so much of reaching a rank, being an entrepreneur, like I say, is having a deeper sense of purpose. And it's really a decision that we make. And so how do we, what kind of decisions do you make, every day when things don't go, nothing ever goes perfectly the way we want it to. And nothing turns out how we thought it would. And, we have to make a decision on how we're going to look at things. So Molly, would you just, share a little bit about kind of what we talked about today? I'm going to unmute you. There you go.
Okay. Thanks, Susan. Well, today when we were talking, really, we were just kind of sharing perspective on not just health, but business and having your own business. And one of the things that you shared with me earlier in the week that really had an impact was a lesson you had learned from an entrepreneurial talk that you were listening to. And I think I'm going to get it right. I will help you with your business, right? So everything above the line, I will help you with your business. So it's your business. I will help you with it. It is not my business to drive. It's not my business, to tell you what to do, but I will help you. That's kind of the takeaway, but it's your business, right? And I think when we really get to that place, and clearly the penny packers are right there, they understand this based on what they shared. Yes, you reach up to your mentorship line, you get direction, you figure out from who's done it that can show you, tell you, advise you on how to do it too. But ultimately, just like your health is your responsibility, your health is a decision you make every day, several times a day, whether you're going to be active, make a good food choice, talk to somebody about health and well-being, whatever that might look like. I believe that we have to make a decision every day too around our business. Our business is just part of a healthy habit that we've all agreed to. I mean, it's a healthy habit, because I can tell you with certainty that if I didn't have my business, my health would have, been like it had always been in the past, up, down, up, down, up, down. I would have been in that same cycle that so many people are in. And I can tell you, even though my journey is not a straight line, and I don't think anyone's is, I can say hands down, keeping health in the forefront by helping other people is what helps me. But it's a decision every single day. You get up and you make the decision that this is what you're doing. This is what you're going to do. And just like Susan said, maybe, it's a time issue and you're going to do all of it in 8 hours but however you're going to do it, like the penny packers said, you have to get into action around it. So one of the things that we talked about, I was sharing with Susan earlier, was in some of my coaching calls this week, I've been sharing with people and just kind of bringing them back to this understanding around your mind, where when you're in fat burn or not in fat burn, but just managing your insulin by the way you eat and what you eat and the portions that you have, you silence the body so that the mind can drive. Okay. When your insulin is out of control, then your body's in the driver's seat, not your mind, not your brain, not your logic. It's your body. And your body will keep asking you based on physiological needs and insulin and the way your body works. It will continue to ask you for things based on how well you're managing your insulin. So when we can really quiet the body by being in that place of moderation around managing our insulin, then our minds can be in the driver's seat and we're much more apt to make decisions. And I really do believe that that's a very strong reason why our health journey tends to follow, our businesses tend to follow our health journey. Because when your body is satisfied, it's kind of like shutting up the loud kid who needs a lot from you. I was saying in a classroom, a teacher has probably a kid or two that she always has to make sure that kid has everything that kid needs so she can help the other 29 kids in the classroom. Well, your body's kind of the same way. If you just give your body what it needs, it will shut up so you can put your mind to the matter and move forward in your own health and in your business. So I think that was the message, right, that we talked about.
That was it. I love that description of what fueling our body consistently does for it, not only for us physically, but mentally as well. And finding out and really staying present to the decision that we make every day, why we're doing what we're doing, and how that impacts us on a deeper level. So, and what it looks like, and the result of doing what you're doing, the penny packers, Mindy, Kimberly, and everybody on this line is doing, the ranks are a result of us doing what we decide to do. It's there. We have a bigger mission that we're really on, and something inside of us drives us in a way that just reaching a rank won't. The rank may get us what we want, and that's a really good inspirational thing to strive for, but it's not the rank. And I just think that I really love tonight's call because y'all all exemplified that. And I thank you all for being on the call, and I thank you for all that you do to make a profound impact on people's lives and people's health. Thanks, guys. Good night, everybody.